So we're going to try and make a work of art based on Alexander Caulder's wonderful and unique ideas around making stabiles or mobiles. A stabile or mobile is a piece of artwork that is based on putting two pieces together in perpendicular directions. So two flat pieces go together in a perpendicular direction. And to do that, we need to cut out little teeth right there in each of the pieces that are going to go together. And then you want to take your glue bottle and put a little glue in there so that they hold together. And the idea here is that you're just slipping those two parts into one another and pushing them together. So that part of the cut that you did that becomes like a little tooth, that kind of holds it together on the inside here. That part that was cut out gets smaller and smaller, and that when you push them together, they kind of hold each other together. And you can see how that makes kind of a fun little perpendicular two pieces of paper, two flat pieces of paper that now are 3D. So that's the basic idea. In order to get there, we need to add a lot of other detail and come up with a sketch and that sort of thing. So I'm going to show you a sketch that I already drew. So I used my sketchbook, wrote down Alexander Caulder's name, did a little definition. Mobiles have movement, they're suspended and they hang. Stabiles sit still and they're on the ground. You can do abstract or real objects. In this case I have a tree that is a stabile and a cloud that would be a mobile. And then I also had an abstract one that I made and a kind of abstract stabile that could just hold itself on the ground. So come up with some ideas in your sketchbook and put those together. You're also going to need scissors, a hole punch, glue, wire cutter, stapler, cardboard, chipboard, which is this brown material that I have, but if you're using other material, that's fine. You can find chipboard usually in packaging for things like breakfast cereal. And you're going to want to cut those and put those together. And we already saw the sketchbook and the pencil. So here is one that I started working on, and this is a mobile and stabile. So we've got the mobile piece right here that's hanging, and this is meant to look a little bit like a cloud, and it's glued on down here. I stapled it first in order to keep this up, otherwise it would have fallen over, and then I put the glue there, and that's going to dry for a little while. Another way to glue things onto the base is the way I did it here, where I folded this and put some glue underneath it, and that makes a very great space to put some glue on, and as long as you don't use a huge amount of glue, it's going to dry pretty quickly. I then also made a stabile, and this is like a little table that would hold another piece going in a different direction yet again. And then down here you can see where the glue is and the X here, and I would just put those two things together and allow that to dry for a while. The last thing you want to do is put some oil pastel on your artwork, and you can do it on the board that your artwork is going to be on, and you can also do it on the piece itself. So if you take that, let's say this is a cloud, so I'm going to get some white out and I'm going to start coloring the cloud, and so I've got different surfaces and different sides to color on that cloud. So I'm going to do it on both sides, and I'm going to do it on both surfaces. so that when I get finished, I'm really communicating what this object is supposed to be. And you just continue coloring that until you're done. And remember with pastels that you want to hold them near the tip so that the back end doesn't break. And then when you're done, you slip that on, and then you've got your mobile and your stabile. And of course it would be all finished. And after you've finished your piece, I want you to take a photograph of it so that you can put it in your art portfolio, and that would be the last thing to do.